Today's topic is sustainable development and economic development. In this lecture, we are going to study what is sustainable development, its spheres and its objectives, and we will also study economic development, indicators of economic development, difference between economic growth and economic development, and factors which affect economic development. So let's begin with sustainable development. The basic definition of sustainable development defines it as the development which meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the needs of the future generation. So it is a process where the development can be sustained for the coming generations, for the future generations. So development can be defined as sustainable or be called sustainable only and only if the natural resources are not misused or overused and the environment is not suffering at the cost of development. So we know that undoubtedly economic development brings higher material welfare because it increases national output. But on the other hand, it also causes a lot of damage to the environment. It pollutes the environment badly by overuse and misuse of natural resources. Especially from the last 2 or 3 decades, the whole world is very fastly and progressively taking the path of economic development, but at what cost? At cost of environmental degradation in the form of or in the shape of deforestation, land degradation, soil erosion, water pollution, and air pollution. So lately, all these negative effects have actually exceeded the benefits that we get from economic development. The aftereffects of environmental damage have been appearing lately very prominently in the form of greenhouse effects, irregular monsoon, global warming, acid rain, etc. This is why the need for sustainable development came along. In October 1987, UN decided to establish the Brundtland Commission. The main aim of this Brundtland Commission was to unite countries to pursue sustainable development together. So the term sustainable development was first coined in the paper Our Common Future, which was released by the Brundtland Commission. So this concept of sustainable development emerged in the 1980s as an attempt to create a bridge between economic progress, mindful use of natural resources, and elimination of pollution factors. The paper released by the Brundtland Commission emphasized on two key concepts of sustainable development, which are first, the concept of needs. That is, the essential needs of the world's poorest people should be given top and foremost priority. And second is the idea of limitations. That is, businesses, profits, and advanced technology puts a limitation on the environment's ability to meet both the present and the future needs. Now, there are three spheres of sustainable development, which are economic, environmental, and social. So, these three components are interconnected with one another. For example, in a poor economy, people experience a poor quality of life. So, the poor economy means economic aspect and poor quality of life is a social aspect. So these two are interconnected. The same is also true for the environment. So suppose in a poor environment, the quality of life cannot be good. So this is how the environmental aspect is related to the social aspect. So all these three components are interconnected with one another. And in order to achieve sustainable development, we must take care of all these three components. If even one is missing, then we cannot achieve sustainable development. As you can see in the diagram, environmental aspects include natural resource use and environmental protection. Economic aspects include wealth creation, property, employment. And social aspects include cultural identity, social inclusion, and civil rights. So there has to be a harmony between all of these aspects in order to take the path of sustainable development successfully. Now let's take a look at the main objectives of sustainable development. First is improvements in the quality of life. So, sustainable development aims at creating sustainable improvements in the quality of life of all people. That is, the quality of life must be improved but with fair use of natural resources. Second is increase in economic growth. So, sustainable development aims at increasing the economic growth by meeting basic needs, that is, by raising the standard of living. Next objective is public participation. Sustainable development aims at public participation to keep the environment clean. Now, this is very important because one person or just one group of people cannot bring about a huge change. Although those efforts are not negligible, they are helpful, but in order to achieve sustainable development globally, there has to be a mass participation, mass public participation. Next is maintenance of environmental resources. So, sustainable development aims at maintenance of natural and environmental resources along with economic development. Now, economic development is not a bad thing. It becomes bad only when the negative effects of economic development on the environment are very, very harmful, and as a result, the environment is suffering badly. So now let's see what is economic development. Economic development basically implies an improvement in economic welfare through higher real incomes and improved literacy, better infrastructure, reduced poverty, and better healthcare. Now, economic development is a much broader concept than economic growth, and it is qualitative in nature. That is, instead of looking at numbers and figures, it emphasizes on qualitative aspects such as education, natural resources, infrastructure, investment, etc. So, there are many indicators of development like per capita income, life expectancy, education, extent of poverty, and all of these indicators vary from country to country. So, one of the most popular index or indicator of development is the Human Development Index, that is the HDI. The HDI was introduced in 1990 as a part of the United Nations Development Programme, that is UNDP, to measure economic development in three broad areas: per capita income, health, and education. So the HDI tracks changes in the level of development of all the countries over time. So it releases data and ranks the countries over time. That is every year. So the UNDP produces a development report and provides an update of changes during the year in all the countries. The HDI has a scale which ranges from 0 to 1. 0 indicates no development and 1 indicates complete development. So all the countries lie between this range from 0 to 1. Now there are three equally weighted components of the HDI which help in measuring economic development. The three components are longevity, which is measured by life expectancy at birth. Second component is knowledge, which is measured by the number of years children are enrolled at school and adult literacy. And last component is standard of living, which is measured by real GDP per capita at purchasing power parity. So the indicators of these three dimensions are combined to generate an HDI score which ranges from 0 and 1. And countries are ranked accordingly. Now you can take a look at the table to see the difference between economic growth and economic development. Economic development is a wider concept, whereas economic growth is a narrower concept. Now let's move on to the factors affecting economic development. First is level of infrastructure. That includes transportation and communication. So with increased investment in roads, railways and seaports, there will be an overall improvement in level of infrastructure, and that will contribute to economic development. Second is education. So standard of education has a very significant influence and contribution in economic development. Without basic literacy, it is difficult for an economy to develop. For example, better and improved level of education in India have given opportunities for growth in service industries such as the ITs and call centers. Next is level of inward investment. Now, inward investment means investment by other MNCs in our country. And inward investment plays a very significant role in increasing economic development. Next is the level of savings or capital. Harry Domar in his growth model has emphasized that levels of savings and capital are a key factor in determining economic growth and hence economic development. This is because higher savings lead to increased investment and higher growth, and again therefore higher investment. So it is a cycle which is incremental in nature. Next is political stability or law and order. So political stability and the protection of private property is one of the most important factors for encouraging firms to invest in developing economies. Why? Because instability implies risk and no country wants to invest then. So these are the most important factors which affect economic development. Now let's come to the MCQs. Question number 1 is economic growth is a broader concept than economic development. So you have to tell whether this statement is true or false. Or the two concepts, that is economic growth and economic development, are the same. But the fourth option is that it varies from country to country. The correct option is false because economic development is a broader concept than economic growth. So this statement given in the question is false. Let's move on to question number 2. What is sustainable development? So after reading all the options, we can say that all of the above options are correct and are in accordance with sustainable development. Let's move on to the next question, that is question number 3. Which of the following is not a component of HDI? The correct option is C, mean population growth. So the three indicators of HDI, let's recall, they are life expectancy at birth, standard of living, and years of schooling. Then next question is, what are the three spheres of sustainable development? So the correct answer is economic, social, and environmental. So we studied how these three aspects are interconnected with each other, and without any of these, that is, even if one of these is missing, we cannot achieve sustainable development.